Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palettes. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn Liu from the Box Press Studio, Seth Geis, and from the Pastani Studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Doing good, man. Doing good. About to hop on a plane to go to Vegas. By the time people see this, I'll be back. So tune
Yeah.
in April 1st to see how it went, or if the Boeing plane crashed, then maybe I won't be on the show.
Oh, that's
I'll,
Spoilers.
I'll
that's
also be on a Boeing plane on Thursday, so
Oh
that is
boy.
we'll we'll
depressing.
see how this
Wow,
works.
you guys, way to be
Woo!
fucking morbid over here.
Buckle up. Buckle up. Stay seated. Buckle up.
Hopefully, I'm taking the red eye, so hopefully I'm asleep when everything goes down. So
Nice, nice.
yeah, we'll see.
Good Lord, guys.
Jeez, man.
We're very critical about cigars. You think we're going to be less critical about airplanes? I mean, come on.
Yeah, right?
All right. So today we are talking about the Don Doroteo Salt of the Earth Piedra Angular Toro. Cigar is more of a Toro Extra, 5 3/4 by 54. Comes out of the La Aurora factory in the Dominican Republic. Wrapper is Dominican Corojo, binders from Nicaragua. Filler is Dominican Andullo, Corojo, Criollo 98, Nicaraguan Condega, Ligero, and Viso Condega.
Wow.
Yes. Price blend is exactly the same as the other one, except for the different wrapper, I believe. So, price point is $16.75. Cigar was released in November of 2023. So, with all that out of the way, June, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
I thought overall was pretty average. Nothing really stood out. Like I got consistently throughout all the thirds, some kind of like general notes of like a scorched cedar, hay, stale toasted nuts. I don't know. Like a lot of these Dominican tobacco, like they just taste like what I just said. Like it just has a lot of these like staleness and there's not very lively profile. They gotta go to Nicaragua. You know what I'm saying? Go to Nicaragua.
All right, Seth, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean a muddled. Hold on, I pulled up the wrong. I had the wrong Don Pedro out there, man. Or not Don Pedro. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
Don Dorito, whatever it is. Either way, I mean, the moral of the story is I didn't find that much of a difference between this one and the Cameroon. This one
Yep.
that had a little bit more strength. It's kind of like this really muddled flavor profile. There are some aspects here and there, but it's just lacking and it's just not refined. It's just pretty rough. Really average from beginning to end. Beginning to end. Really good draw, not bad burn, but yeah, John.
You know, I both agree with you that I feel like the other Salt of the Earth, this was very similar, but I thought the first third on this started better for me. The first third kind of had more, I think, more complex flavor offerings. So, creamy tobacco, mossy wood, earth, spices. Spices kind of took on a bit of a pepper tone, which is a little off-putting, but then it came back into balance. And then there was this sort of stewed dark fruit sweetness in the retrohale, which I think kind of carried the first third. Like I think that is what made the difference for me. And then sort of as it continued, like I said, the pepper kind of came back into balance, light plus. So for me, it did enough in the first third to elevate to good. Unfortunately, like the other Salt of the Earth, the second third and last third, as June kind of alluded to, it just wasn't. I mean, it was fine. Like there's nothing harsh or unbalanced. There's just nothing specifically noteworthy. So creamy tobacco, mild spices, wood. The stewed fruit tried to kind of break through, but it was really pushed aside by the wood and the tobacco notes. So largely defined by wood, and then the last third, creamy wood, tannic wood on almost at medium strength in the post draw, which is pretty heavy on the palate. And then earth at the halfway point, and then sort of pepper out of nowhere in the bottom half. So, very wood defined profile. First third was promising, but overall pretty average. Burn was straight, no issues there. I had a issue with the draw, which was curious to me. Started out quite resistant, so I actually made a second cut. Now this certainly could be user error. I am not, a cigar expert. Wait, no, I am a cigar expert. So, but it still could have been an error on my part. So I actually made a second cut, and it opened up quite a bit more. And then as I smoked it, it opened up even more. So, not sure what it was. I did mention in the notes that this is an extremely dense and extremely heavy cigar. But overall, I'd say, fairly average. Aaron?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with toasted cedar and earth, along with a mild black pepper. Through the rest of the cigar, the pepper changed levels up and down, but other than that, no real transitions to speak of. Average flavor profile throughout, pretty linear, not an exciting cigar at all. Seems like a factory pick'em, not something that I'd see myself coming back to, and that doesn't take into account the kind of the higher price point with it. So. I also didn't get much of the Andullo influence from the cigar, so I don't know that there was enough of it in there or whatever to kind of really push it. But I understand the reason for touting it and wanting to use it and feeling like it's a special ingredient and all that stuff. But it just didn't work out here for me. All right, let's get into the scores. We're going to start at the top with Jiunn at 5.75. Seth gave it a 5.55. I gave it a 5.5. John gave it a 5.45. So Jiunn had that 5.75 matchup for you.
Yeah, it's don't smoke it, just move on. Go pick up that $200 fucking Fuente Padron, fuck it.
All right, Seth, how about 5.55 for you? You gotta lower your thing.
God, how many years have we been doing this, Seth? Huh?
I don't. I'm number 2 at 5.55. It's not saying much, so you just can't. I mean, listen, it's easy to make a cigar. If you want to go out there and you want to make your own cigar and bands and so forth, if you have the money, you can do it. Doesn't mean you're going to make anything good. And it takes work and it takes time, and it's. I don't know. These people just think factories are going to give them something great, and that's not the case.
Yeah, my 5.5 matches up well. Average flavor profile throughout. Burn was a little bit wavy, but didn't need any attention, and the draw was just a bit tighter than I prefer. So, as John says, this is a heavy, dense cigar. You could tell as soon as you pick it up that it's got a lot of tobacco in there, and I'm sure that probably plays into the draw issues a bit. But yeah, I feel like this is just somebody walking in the door to La Aurora and saying, they lay out, whatever 10 blends on the table and you pick one and this is one of them. So, hey, we can also put other wrappers on that same blend. Perfect. Let's go 2. So, all right, John, 5.45.
Yeah, I said the first third was good, but I misread my notes. The first third, it was average all the way through for me. So that actually matches up really well. The sort of unfortunate thing is that the smoking time on this one versus the other one, this one weirdly was almost like 50 minutes longer. So I had almost a 3-hour smoking time. And listen, if you enjoy that cigar, that's a killer value. Like that's a really good value. Unfortunately, like I said, it wasn't particularly stand out. So 3 hours for a cigar that's kind of consistently average makes for a bit of a long review. So I would definitely not return to this.
But don't you guys just smoke the first third anyways?
So I talked to Aaron about that, but he said that, here at Developing Palates, we really want to be ethical and upstanding. And I was like, yeah, but look at all the time we'd save if we just smoked for 30 minutes. Like I could burn through 300 reviews, no problem. He was very insistent. So
the first third. Okay.
yeah, he was very insistent. So I did smoke this for 2 hours and 50 minutes. I hope that they continue to develop the releases, but this one is going to be a pass for me.
Any final thoughts from you guys on this?
Is this the lot? Only 2 of them, right? And this Don Toretto,
Yeah,
Don
in
Toretto
the
Furious
Salt of the
blend.
Earth, these are the only 2 releases so far. They had an original cigar that they launched the company with, which I believe was like really old stock that they had from La Aurora from a long time ago when they produced cigars before. But now they're supposed to be coming out with another cigar this year. So I don't know. We'll see. But I think they're quite tied to La Aurora with family history and stuff like that. So I think they're only going to be out of there. So
I hope they move off from the Andullo experiment. I kind of talked a little bit about it in my recap, or my closing statement, but Listen, lots of people have tried to use Andullo tobacco. It's cool that you tried to make it work. I'm sure there's going to be people that enjoy it. I
It's
don't
supposed to
enjoy
be
it. I
like
don't.
sweet, right? Like stewed fruit,
Yeah.
sweetness and all that.
Yeah. But
Hmm.
it's like I would liken it to both barrel aging and KFC. It's never enough, and when it is enough, it's too much.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things where maybe someone can get that formula right. But I have not yet come across a cigar, at least for me, where they could, they've been able to dial in the Andullo to the point where I think it adds to the blend versus distracts from what the other rest of the profile is. But that's just me.
Jeez, talk about a idea that flopped, that barrel age stuff. Nobody gives a shit to talk about anymore, even. It's almost like it never happened.
Never did, man.
All right. Wherever you're catching this video, be sure and like and subscribe. Check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalace.com. Follow us on all the social media channels. You can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Piedra Angular.